of outer space. The red carpet was laid down in Virginia for the Queen when she arrived in the States after her most successful Canadian visit. And this time it was an American welcome that greeted Her Majesty and the Prince at Patrick Henry Airport. The first phase of the royal visit to America brought Her Majesty to Jamestown, where the first English settlement was made. After an address of welcome from Mr Stanley, the Governor of Virginia, the Queen made this reply.
350 years ago, the great American nation was born at this historic place. I cannot think of a more appropriate point for us to start our visit to the United States.
The Jamestown Festival was in full swing, and the Queen toured the Old World or British Pavilion. Here are displayed some priceless treasures on loan from Her Majesty, including her copy of Magna Carta, dating from 1297. Then to a reproduction of the fort or stockade built by the English settlers in 1607. Here they endured great privations and fought off the attacks of Red Indians. It's been given a thoroughly 17th century look. From the stockade down to the James River, where there's another replica to be inspected, the good ship Susan Constant, one of the vessels that brought the settlers across the Atlantic to Virginia. After Jamestown, a tour in an old-time carriage and pair of the town that succeeded it as capital of Virginia, the town of Williamsburg. It was obvious that the Queen and the Prince were thoroughly enjoying it all. What a contrast in transport next day as the royal couple arrived in the President's plane at Washington. Smiling happily, the Queen stepped down to be welcomed by her host, President Eisenhower. Now came the President's official welcome.
I know that I speak for every citizen of this country when I bid you and the Prince Philip a warm welcome to this country and to its capital. We've eagerly looked forward to your visit. We hope that you will find it agreeable and enjoyable, just as we will take great pleasure in it. But even more than the pleasure that your visit brings us, we're conscious of its importance because of its effect on strengthening the ties of friendship that bind our two countries together.
Then the Queen's reply.
But I would like the whole American people, north, south, east, and west, to know how happy we are to be here, and I send them all my warmest good wishes.
The official ceremonies had been brief, and on their conclusion, a most impressive car was ready to take the royal guests to the White House. A big crowd had collected there to see the arrival. For Washington, this was the real beginning of the visit. And on the steps of the White House, Mrs. Eisenhower now offered her welcome. There were one or two cameramen present to make this record of Her Majesty's first visit as Queen. This is